Well, hello there, Chef D Malfi here, and I want to welcome you to Plant-Based Made Easy. On this show, we feature a delicious, healthy, and easy recipe every single weekday, straight from my Plant-Based Made Easy monthly cookbook. Right now, we're in the November cookbook, and it's going great. This is the start of week 2 of a monthly cookbook, and in week 2, I'm going to just explain the menu. We sent out an email this morning to all of our newsletter fans. Today, we're starting with a maple pecan oatmeal that's super easy and really flavorful. Tomorrow, because of popular demand, we're going to make a kale Caesar salad. I've had a lot of requests coming in for lots of different foods that you guys want to see. And on Wednesday, we're going to be making a cauliflower quinoa burger, another one that people really wanted to see. Thursday, we're going to have a delicious almond and hummus toast, which is going to be phenomenal. I'm really excited for that one. And then we're going to end the week with a sweet treat. I won't tell you what it is, but I'll give you a hint. It has to do with a blondie. So I hope that you guys join us for the entire week here at Plant-Based Made Easy. And today we're making breakfast. I'm a little hungry, so let's get into it. If you guys have questions along the way about anything plant-based related, living or eating, pop them into the comment box and say hello. Tell me where you're watching from, and I want to engage with you. All right, so let's make some breakfast, shall we? So maple pecan oatmeal. I'm going to actually use my recipe cookbook. I actually print this out as like a little recipe book. I sometimes print it out as a book. This time I printed it out as just like a little a couple of pages that I stapled together, and I keep this in my kitchen, and it makes it super easy. I can also bring it to the market because of the grocery list. So I went to the grocery store yesterday, got everything for the week, and it took me like not a lot of time at all. I was in and out within a matter of 35 minutes. To me, that's good shopping. So to make a maple pecan oatmeal, you can get everything at a standard grocery store, and you can kick up this dish by making it with some specialty ingredients. The first thing that I want to tell you about is the sprouted quick cooking oats. So I personally love sprouted foods and ingredients. Sprouting is the act of actually taking the ingredient itself and then letting it sit in a little water until it germinates. And once it's germinated, it creates a little sprout. And the reason sprouted food is so much better than traditional ingredients is that sprouted food is living, and all the nutrients, the macro and the micronutrients, become more bioavailable in our gut microbiome, our gut brain, and our gut brain really loves sprouted food. So you can sprout popcorn, you can sprout oats, you can even sprout flowers and things like that. So look for sprouted ingredients if you can. They're harder to find in market. That's why I've put my favorite sprouted ingredients on my Amazon shop. If you're interested, you can take a look at that. We'll put the link to my Amazon shop right here in the comment section. So we're going to get started with our sprouted quick cooking oats. I need a half a cup. And let me show you on an overhead. I'll do a split screen so you can see what they look like. Here are sprouted oats. You see, they don't look any different than regular oats. The only difference is that these are quick cooking. So these are kind of cracked, meaning they're just like, cracked open a little bit or split open. It's not the whole rolled oat. These quick cooking oats are sprouted or, cracked, so they cook quickly within a matter of few minutes. Half a cup goes right in. Now, I also want to thicken this up, and I want to add even more nutrients. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of chia seeds. You can use white or black chia seeds. Any of them will work. This is a combination of white and black, which I absolutely love. I'm going to throw this in. The chia seeds are going to give you extra fiber, extra protein. They're even going to give you a nice kind of thickening consistency to the oats that would be missing if we didn't add them. So definitely try it. If you've never had chia seeds in your oatmeal, give it a try this morning or this evening. You can have oatmeal for dinner, can't you? All right. And the next thing that we want are a little bit of dates. And I'm going to use 3 dates here. These are fancy medjool dates. And, you probably know what dates look like. Here in the States, they come super dry. Depending on the season, they are seasonal. You can actually find them a lot more moist if they're fresh. I really recommend that you buy dates that are not chopped. I don't want you to buy pre-chopped dates. Here's why. When you buy pre-chopped dates, they tend to be super dry. And I really want to encourage you to buy the medjool dates that are whole so that you can actually remove the pit, just like I've done right here. And you'll see that inside it's ooey and gooey and caramely. It's really yummy. So to clean it, I just need to open up the date by pulling it in half, pull out the pit, and then pull off the little top. That part might cut your mouth. And then I have my toaster oven preheating right here because we're going to toast up some coconut and some pecans here in a second. So the last date I'm going to show you on the overhead. here, just so that you can really see it. I open it up by just pulling it open with my fingers. Oh, you can't. There we go. And then what's exposed is this beautiful pit, which I'm just going to pull right out. And don't forget about that top. This top here, let me show you how sharp it is. Some people forget about this. Give the camera a second to, there we go. Okay, that can really cut your mouth. So make sure to pull it off. It's not on every single day, just on some. Oh, my hair is in the way of the mic. I got it. There we go. Okay, does that sound better? Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm gonna grab a knife here. I wanna use my handy dandy chef's knife, something sharp, something colorful. These are also on my Amazon shop, just saying. All right, makes a good present. I'm gonna take my dates and I'm just gonna chop them really quickly. Remember, they're gonna dissolve a little bit and kind of melt away in the oats. So you don't need to make them super minced pieces. Just give them a nice chop. And then I'm going to throw these right into the pot here. The pot is not on. I'm just kind of collecting everything. And now I'm going to turn it on. And then I will add my plant milk. So I'm going to turn it on a medium-high heat or so. Is that okay? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. All right. I'm going to turn my pot on, which I've done, medium-high heat. I'm going to do a split screen so you can see. Actually, no, you know what I'm doing. I'm doing a full screen so you can really see it. I have my induction here. It's going to take just a second. Coming back to you, I'm going to use my plant milk now. This is cashew coconut milk. I make a fresh batch every single week. This is a fresh batch I just made last night. And let me just show you. I get 64 ounces of beautiful, fresh plant milk. This stuff is so good, you guys. This is a staple recipe within my cookbook. The staple recipes are really great. I have things like cheese, milk, bread, and these are ingredients that you definitely want to have on hand all the time. And so I'm going to encourage you to check out the staple recipes. Oh, and yogurt, which was this weekend's staple recipe. So I'm going to add 1 1/4 cup, and I'm really going to be precise about it. So let me get a liquid measure. All right, I think that's good. You can use any plant milk of your liking. You don't have to make it, but I encourage you to do so because it's super easy. All right, so I did turn it on just to kind of start the pan to get it nice and hot. Now I'm going to pour in my milk. Now, the next thing, it's super important. You really need a heat-resistant spatula. I really love these soft spatulas. I cook with them a lot, and I love heat-resistant, BPA-free silicone spatulas and cookware. I love the utensils that I can cook with. It won't melt or nick or crumble in the dishwasher or when you wash them with hot water. So you want to check these out. These are really important, especially now when we found out that sometimes that like cheap plastic that spatulas and spoons and cookware is made with is really bad. It usually contains BPA, which is a type of plastic. And BPA is really not great for us because it can be an endocrine disruptor in the body. That's why there's this whole new kind of like, trend to BPA-free cooking equipment because it's really important. And water bottles and things like that. Really important to not have any BPA in your household if you can. I actually did a whole like clean out of my kitchen just recently, and my entire house, my studio and my kitchen and all my closets and stuff. And I took out all of my plastics, like my BPA rich plastics, all of those like Tupperwares, those cheap plastics, and then all of my leather goods. So anything that was animal related or bad for the body, it's getting donated. Somebody else can have it if they want it, or yeah, I don't know. That's it. It's going to the donation pile. Let's do a question. Sophia, hello. Good to have you. All right, is plant-based eating good for lowering cholesterol? It's a good question. It can help with lowering cholesterol. This is something that you would want to check in with your primary care physician. Cholesterol is a funny thing. We can only actually change our cholesterol levels a certain percentage, actually sometimes only a significant percentage by diet alone. The rest of the cholesterol actually comes from, it's hereditary. It comes from your lineage, your parents, your grandparents. So this is something that you want to check in with your primary care physician, check with your doctor, and then you can absolutely help with cholesterol and balancing out your cholesterol and even lower your cholesterol if your body will kind of take it. So that is something to discuss with your doctor for sure. And I have definitely worked with clients who have definitely seen lowering of cholesterol levels, the bad cholesterol levels when they switched to a plant-based diet. So something to consider. Great question. Thank you so much for asking it. All right, so this quick cooking oats, these quick cooking oats are done. You can see that only took a few minutes. Do you see how nice and thick this is? Okay, that's not just because these are quick cooking oats, it's also because of the chia seeds, which are super duper thickening agent. We used chia seeds on Friday, you guys, when we made our apple pie chia seed pudding. Okay, did anybody make that over the weekend? We made it 2 more times. It was so good. I was feeling very American, very proud to be an American this weekend after the election. And so it was really good timing to have like an apple pie kind of flavored dessert. It was a whole food friendly dessert. That recipe was so good. And what I mentioned while we made it is that chia seeds are magical because they can absorb their weight up to 300%. So when you add liquid to it, it kind of sucks everything up. It's one of nature's sponges for sure, and it really does absorb a lot. And in the process, while it absorbs the liquid, it becomes thick and jelly-like. So that's why it's a great substitute for making jello and pudding and even thickening things like oats, even thickening your baked goods as well. Okay, last but not least, let's toast up some coconuts and some pecans. I'm going to keep my pecans whole here because that's my business, as Tabitha Brown always says, and I love it. The other thing I want to share with you is this delicious coconut. I'm going to share it right here in this overhead so you can see. I use really fine flake coconut. This comes from Almond Cow, which is the plant milk maker that I love. You guys check out the Almond Cow. If you want a discount to that machine or any of the ingredients, like the coconut, this one, or the cashews, or their oats, or their almonds for making milk, check it out. We'll put a little discount code here for $10 off. If you're interested, you can use my code. And I'm going to toast this in the oven right now. I have my oven on 450 degrees. Let me pop this right in. And this should only just take a few minutes. Hopefully I won't forget. I'm like, don't help me remember. Say the nuts. All right, here's a question. Hi, Renee. Renee asks, how do you know if your plastic items have BPA? You don't. Actually, there's really no indicator. Now, for newer plastics, usually it will say BPA free, but there was no actual labeling process that went into it over the past decades that informed us that our plastics had BPA. One of the ways to know, though, or to guess, to assume most likely that it does have BPA is that if it's a thin plastic. So think of things like Tupperware, Ziploc containers. You know, those plastic Ziploc is the brand. They're plastic storage containers. Things like Ziploc bags can have them. Things like makeup bags, anything that's like a thin plastic material that sort of wears down over time. If it cracks in the dishwasher when you wash it, if it cracks under high heat, if you're like hand washing with just high heat, that's how you know it probably may contain BPA. And so, you know, the best thing to do is get rid of all those old plastic containers and all of those Ziploc bags and all those old makeup bags or storage containers, and get yourself really high quality, sustainable bags and sustainable storage bags for cooking and for storage, like the stasher bags, which are on my Amazon page. These are made out of silicone. You can also find Reseal is another brand. They have amazing storage bags that you can use over and over again. And you can even find freezer bags and sandwich bags that are reusable. So you can actually wash them, and they're made with a thicker sort of like a thin silicone that kind of looks like a thicker plastic, and it's wonderful. It's all BPA free. So you can find a lot of that. You guys, I put a ton of these items on my Amazon shop just right recently because I really wanted to like incorporate all of these items into my home. So I purchased them, and I want you to have access to the brands that I love. So check it out. Yeah, my cousin Lauren Malfitano is watching from Texas. Hi, Lauren. Happy belated birthday. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you had a great birthday. I hope Dominic's wedding was great. All right, so let me check on the nuts and the coconut. Oh my gosh, perfect timing. Lauren, you helped me remember that. Thanks, cuz. All right, you guys. Woo! That was a quick one. That did not take long. Oh my gosh, I wish you were in my kitchen with me just smelling this. Take a look. I've got this pecans. Obviously, the pecans don't look as toasted, but they are. I know that they are because look at the coconut. Yum. This coconut looks perfect. It's just the top that gets a little bit kind of like brown, and then the middle or the underneath part is like still a little white and soft, and it gets nice and oily when you stick the coconut and the pecans in the oven like this to toast them. Okay, I just have to check quality control. Man, is that good. That's so good. Okay, I'm gonna pop this aside. I'm gonna plate my bowl up. Maybe it's not plate. I'm gonna bowl up my oatmeal. Let me grab a bowl. I'm going this, you guys. I'm going this blue speckled bowl. I'm feeling very blue lately in a good way. All right. The last thing that I want to do is just flavor up my oats with a little vanilla extract. And I'm going to do this off the heat and a little maple syrup. So the heat is off. I'm just going to go into it right now, finish it out. And I'm just going to do a splash of the vanilla. Remember, I love the vanilla that is alcohol-free. Here it is right here. If you're interested, this is from Trader Joe's, but you can find it anywhere. Find the alcohol-free version, and instead of alcohol, they use vegetable glycerin. And then I'm going to use a little bit of organic maple syrup. This fell and the top broke, and I got about a cup of maple syrup all over my kitchen walls. It was fun. So I don't have a top for it right now, but it's really great. And we're probably going to use it up this week for sure. I'm going to use a few tablespoons of this just as a sweetener. Give this a mix. Yeah. And then just that little bit of vanilla kind of wakes up the oats, and a little bit of the maple syrup sort of just gives it a sweet kiss. I love sweet kisses. All right, I'm going to place my oatmeal down into my bowl here. We eat with our eyes first, as I say, right? We all know that. Maybe we don't believe it, but it's very true. Right now, I'm already salivating. And I want to just have a nice big mound right in the center of my bowl. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to plate the coconut on one side and the pecans on the other. So let me do that now. Right? And I'm going for it, the whole thing, right? Just enjoy it. Have fun with it. Know this is going to be very hearty. It's going to keep you feeling full for a very long time, which is great. It's probably going to get you all the way to lunch without needing a snack. But hey, if you need a snack, you need a snack. And then a little bit of coconut here on this side, which I'm going to spoon in. Of course, you could top this with more chia seeds if you want. Raw chia seeds. If you want, you can certainly enjoy chia seeds raw, but I don't want any more chia seeds. I think I'm just going to go full on coconut and full on pecan here. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing. It's kind of like an oatmeal bowl, and just one more little tiny splash of maple syrup. Why the heck not? Wow. Gorgeous. Look at this, you guys. Maple pecan oatmeal. This looks almost too pretty to eat. La, 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 la. Yummy. Yummy. All right. I have to give this a little taste. Absolutely. If you wanted, you could add a little butter too, plant butter, a vegan butter, or a little bit of more milk if you just wanted it to be a little bit more loose. All right. I'm going a little bit of the coconut and a little bit of the pecan. Perfect bite. Here we go. I'm going to give this food a little gratitude. Thank you, food. Thank you, God. Now that's what I call a fall breakfast. So yummy. Cindy, thank you. I'm glad you think it's delicious. Make it, you guys. Try it. Make it your own as well. You can actually add dried cranberries. You can add a little orange zest. My mom says looks yummy. Diane says it looks yummy. Ladies, I think you're going to try this. And gentlemen, do we have any gentlemen with us? We do. Shay, what's up? We have a couple gentlemen on the line always, just holding it down. Oh, this is really good. Ooh, I feel like it's sweater weather, you guys. Make yourself a little maple pecan oatmeal, pop on a sweater. You are going to feel a lot better if you do that. I hope that you like this recipe. I hope that you also consider joining me for my new Thanksgiving Celebrate class. I'm so excited. We're going to have this amazing plant-based Thanksgiving. This is a private class. I hope that you'll consider joining me. It'll be held on November 22nd, which is a Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific. It's a 90-minute class. I have a little flyer right behind me here. This is so cool. I'm going to just take it off and show you. It's going to be a really fun day. 5 courses. You can sign up at the link. We'll pop the link right down in the comment box. And I decided I wanted to make this menu extra special this year because, after all, it's my first plant-based menu, my first plant-based Thanksgiving. And I'm going to have a kind and compassionate table. So I want to show you the menu. Yeah, let's look at the menu. All right, cool. So here's the menu, you guys. This looks fantastic. We're going to start with the cranberry and herb stuffed mushrooms. These are phenomenal. So great for feeding a crowd. And they're COVID friendly, which means it's not a dip where everyone's going to be dipping in. It's, something that you can take onto a little plate or onto a cocktail napkin and enjoy, and then help yourself to as many as you want. Then we're going to move on to some soup. I'm very excited to be making a delicious soup this year, creamy coconut and red lentil soup. And then we're going to move on to a little salad, a harvest salad with a pumpkin seed dressing. If you've never had pumpkin seed dressing, I encourage you to check this recipe out. In particular, super high in protein, super high in good omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. I'm going to tell you all about the goodness of soaking and making a dressing out of pumpkin seed. Our entree this year is going to be a wonderful white bean and Brussels sprout stuffed delicata squash. Absolutely love delicata. So festive. It's going to be really beautiful on the plate. And then we're going to end with an amazing raw dessert. You won't even believe that it's raw. I'm making easy as pie, no bake pecan tarts. It's like pecan pie meets a tart, but individual, again, COVID friendly, really great for a crowd if that's what you're doing this year. Fantastic. This menu happens to also be very much oil-free friendly, very much gluten-free. The entire thing is gluten-free, and definitely whole food, plant-based. I'm so excited to feature it. So consider joining me for that, you guys. We already have several people joining us. It's going to be a really festive, fun day. Cookbook Divas, I hope that you can join us. Please be there. And I want to say thank you to every single person that's here. Renee, Roberta, Diane, Cookbook Divas. I love your name. Cindy, Renee, Shay, Sophia, my cousin Lauren, Stevie. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week and rest of your day. Please consider coming back for tomorrow. I'm going to be making something that you will probably eat for the rest of your life, probably once a week, our kale Caesar salad. I'll see you then. Peace.